So yeah, I want to know your opinion. Everyone here already knows about the Joker. As far as whoever's watching, you're brand new, sort of brand new.
Yeah, like because I don't think that's fair. Obviously, I'm familiar with Joker and Batman, like not in the sense that I know all the history and all that stuff. I mean, I used to watch the Michael Keaton Batman. Like for some reason, I had that movie. I watched it a bunch. And then I think I saw which one?
Val Kilmer.
Which one when? Who is it? Danny DeVito plays Penguin.
That's Michael Keaton. So
Batman Returns.
Okay, and I saw that obviously because I saw the first one, or the other one. So yeah, it's not like I just had no idea like what any of this shit is. So yeah.
Yeah, going into this, like I know some of it, they're just like it's a whole story of their own, but of course they're taking nods from parts of the comic book. Like in the trailer, they show them on the show. Like that was actually a scene in, I'm not sure which Joker comic or which Batman comic book that was, where he goes on the talk show.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, I can't remember, but anyways, like that's taken from the comic book. But there's so many different versions, like
I was gonna ask you
of origins for Joker, and as far as what his real name is and all that stuff, like how he started and how he became who he is. So this itself, like could be its own like side story of Joker compared to like Leto or Heath Ledger. So I mean, kind of think of it like that, like off the mainstream.
Yeah. But if you ask me, sense. I want it to be the mainstream, though.
You liked it.
I did.
So go on.
The movie.
Tell me about it.
I mean, the movie's fucking. I mean, it's dark, and it's a little bit. I'd categorize it as like depressing. I'm watching. It's like God, this movie, but I feel like it had to be.
I think we could categorize this as depressing.
There's a run of Joker, I think it's maybe about 10 years ago. The year I was Bane, and Alexis was Poison Ivy, which I think was about 10 years ago. There was a run of Joker comics that were way darker, where he was killing and murdering and like fucking dark. So that seems like that's kind of what.
That's what they're going for with this. Yeah.
So even though I would say that, I feel like I liked that about it. You know, like I was kind of watching the movie, being like, man, I don't know how this would work. I don't know what agreements are in place or what's even planned, but I'd like for this to be the Joker origin story, and I'd kind of like for Joaquin Phoenix to be the Joker. That's how I felt about it. And I don't know. Maybe that's just me not having so much invested. I don't know what you think. I mean, I could dive into it even more, but I guess before I dive in too far, I'll hear what you say about it.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie was definitely a depressed fest, in my opinion. Definitely had that category in there, because like watching it, like hearing everything about.
It's not a happy movie.
It's not a happy movie at all.
But it's not supposed to be.
Yeah. So cinematically, this movie is fucking awesome. Like, God, we were just talking about Scorsese too. Like, and it's taking the homages, or how I used to say it, homages. Homage. Like Taxi Driver, Taxi Driver, and like those older classic 70s movies, you know. Because it does take place in like Gotham between the other like the 70s or 80s. I don't think they actually give a time, but it's like between that time. Because it was like basically Gotham City is New York, you know. It was always based in New York.
Okay, well, let me ask you this though.
Like New York with a Chicago sensibility. Like that's what Gotham was.
Does the time come into picture based off the fact that Thomas Wayne isn't, or he's run, like, does that, because I mean he's gonna run for mayor. Does that, like, or in the comics, does that not add any sort of time?
I think that's the thing for the movie. Okay. I don't know if Thomas Wayne actually wanted to become
what about in terms
mayor. As far as I know, he just did a lot for the city.
And he
had like factories and stuff and made jobs.
You could tell based off of like what's on TV, like the style of the TV, how people are dressed, you could tell that it's probably like a 70s. I would say 70s.
I would say 70s, yeah.
Not 80s. Maybe even 60, like late 60s. But I don't know. It doesn't. It's irrelevant. Go ahead.
But yeah, like I just remembered something else too that kind of irked me, but that has to do with AMC, is how they presented the movie. It wasn't in widescreen.
Really?
Like, and I didn't want to get the fuck up to go tell them.
That's why he didn't use his recliner, because you were probably thinking about it the whole time.
It probably was. It was, and it wasn't like I don't know if this was part of the movie. I don't feel like it was, because they caught it like because you know when you show it and like it wasn't technically 4:3. It was like a widescreen version of 4:3, if that makes any sense. I don't know what the correct aspect ratio.
So
for
there was
that.
bars on top and on the sides.
No.
Just on the sides.
Just on the sides, like black bars right there on the sides, and
maybe that's
the framing cut off a lot.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe that has to do with the size of their screen though. It could have just been their screen size.
Not after a remodel. I mean, like I think whoever projected it wrong. But I mean, again, I don't know if this was the intent to show it this way. I don't feel like it was supposed to.
Well, I'll find out because I don't know. I won't be going to AMC probably, but Alexis and I are going to see it this week for sure.
Yeah, because that bugged the shit out of me.
I didn't bother me. Like it's I can understand, and there's nothing wrong with it bothering me. But for me, with almost anything. It's like how I got when my TV was broken. I fucking eventually saw through that and just got used to it.
Could you see the frame spilling off the screen on top and bottom?
I didn't think so.
Or was it? Because
I want to say yes, but I think it was just a reflection from
the
projection.
That annoys me when I go to a theater.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Their focus is off. And the frame is spilling off the screen. Yeah. I fucking hate that. Yeah. That would piss me right the fuck off.
To me, from my memory, from my recollection, I thought everything fit into frame. It just was, for some reason,
squeezed
just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways,
like
I could
for
be
Instagram.
Wrong. What's that?
Like they shot it for Instagram.
Exactly. But I mean, the plot of the movie, everything about the movie, as far as with
story, character,
story, and everything, like all that was superb.
Cool.
It was really good. It was incredible.
You didn't cut your hair that much, or was it longer than that? Oh, okay, because I knew you thought you might have to for your costume.
I didn't do that.
Okay, sorry. You got hair. Hang on to it. I like it.
Yeah, I liked the movie a lot. It went into a direction that.
Is this just because you're tired? Because I'm waiting for you to like all of a sudden kick the movie in the dick and say why you hated it. Like I feel like you're holding back right now.
I think the only thing that I really don't like about it is that the fucking bars were there.
But that's got nothing to do with the movie.
But yeah, but no, the movie was good. Like cinematically, it was awesome. The acting in fucking Joaquin Phoenix, like I think this is gonna gather up a shit ton, like awards. You know, I'm not gonna say a shit ton, but it's gonna gather awards.
That dude's been fishing for awards for a decade. Or longer.
This movie is the Batman Begins of the Joker.
Okay.
You know, that's how good it was. Like, or good it is. I mean,
if Batman was gonna be like, I don't know what the fucking status is, but let's say like this was gonna be the starting point. Would you be happy if you were the Joker like for the next fucking?
That's what I wanted to get to. Yes, I would be happy if this was the starting point of the Joker, and as far as Batman continues, because he did a fucking phenomenal job at this with the writing and with the Joker. Like, this could be like his origin story for the continuation of the Batman series. Mm-hmm. You know, and something that I kind of want, like, while I was watching it, because I've been watching on YouTube Gotham, the show Gotham.
Yeah.
But I've been watching all the Joker parts only. Oh. It's something like 3 hours long or something like that. I haven't even finished it yet. But
did someone cut it up like that?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and just put it up on YouTube. And watching that, like that kid that plays, I think his name is Jerome. Yeah. Like he's basically playing the Joker. Like he's fucking awesome. watching this Joker kind of compares to like the kid from Gotham. Like that kid in Gotham is really good.
I think I know who you're talking about. I just want to double check.
Uh,
His name is Jerome in the show.
yeah.
It's him, right?
Yeah, it's him.
He's on Shameless.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid is fucking
Cameron
incredible.
Cameron Monaghan.
He's
Yeah,
probably not it.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I want this to be the continuation of that. Also, like they kind of showed like the clown protests and stuff like that, where because we do see, and it's in the trailers, and Todd Phillips already said this, we do see young Bruce Wayne in this. You know.
I would love a world where that's the timeline and seeing.
Just wait till you watch it.
I'm really gonna be
but
curious.
if this is like 70s to see a Batman movie that takes place in the late 80s, early 90s, like, ugh.
I really am gonna be curious to hear what you think of this movie when you see it, because I know how you guys are more invested in the movie, but.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something else too. I lost it.
It's hard because like to talk about not talking about spoilers. That's
I was like, she
Hey,
lost it. Oh, it's hard.
If you want to, I can.
No. I can stay clear from it, but like.
But if it makes for a better discussion, I have no problem with leaving the room for a minute.
Will you walk out for a second?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Because there's something I do want to say that I like.
That window is open, so.
Yeah, I'll
I don't think it's that.
spoiler.
All the windows.
Yeah.
So.
If you have a thought, okay. I don't know if you have a thought.
I do have a thought really quick that I just want to get off my chest really quick. Is that with the Gotham television show, Joker is considered a symbol. So like basically, this is also from what I've read. Like, again, I haven't watched the show, but I've read some stuff where they said like he's a symbol of violence or whatever you want to say, right? And when that Batman grows up, he's not necessarily going to be fighting that specific Joker, but evolution or
followers
a follower of that, which is. When we watch this, we see young. So we're kind of in spoiler territories right now, so be aware. So we see young Bruce Wayne in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get we know he's young, and we see this Joker who's really old. Well, I'm gonna say not that old.
He's
I'm just saying he's an adult. Yeah, he's an adult, but he's not gonna be around when this Joker, or I should say, physically fit in order to fight this older Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're kind of doing. I mean, if they were to continue, it would be the same way as continuing the Joker line with someone else. Does that make sense?
No, it does, and it almost makes me.
Which makes me sad.
It almost makes me mad, that we saw young Bruce Wayne, because I don't know, man. I liked him in that role for sure. What I think I really, really enjoyed was the build-up. It was a slow burn and a slow build till he finally became Joker.
Who he was, who he is.
And I think once the reveal happened, once he was wearing the getup, and I saw him like that, I was like, oh man, this is a sadistic fucking great, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I don't know, because again, this is stuff that I don't know about, but I mean, I thought the look was awesome. I thought all the little touches, and I think what made it all the more special is that the anticipation. They made you wait for it. You saw signs of him in there, but then when it all came together, and you finally got to see green hair and the whole look, it's the climax, I guess, so to speak. All of a sudden I saw that and I was just like, man, that's why I wanted Mike to leave, because I feel like that was something that really made the movie for me, was the wait to that part. If they showed us that almost immediately, I don't know if it would have had the same effect for me. I'm not saying that it would have taken away from him playing that role, but I think what made it was literally watching him turn into that.
Yeah. That. Exactly. This was a perfect. Okay. This was a great comic book movie, even though some people, you can debate whether it's a comic book movie or not.
I feel like it starts to become one though towards the end.
It does towards the
because
end.
you literally, in essence, you literally watch Gotham almost turn into a comic book city because all of a sudden that city is just full of fucking chaos, you know, and his followers and all this stuff. Like you actually got to watch that happen throughout the movie too.
Yeah. This is probably the best DC movie in a while. Not ever, just in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like yeah, those other ones we got were fine and all, but like this one, like I said, has that Batman Begins type of story to it.
Yeah.
And just getting inside the mind of someone who's so messed up, you know, like it's the evolution of him becoming that is scary and interesting to watch at the same time.
It was crazy, man.
Like like I had to say, like I did feel a little disturbed watching this. Just,
because it has
like, it made me uncomfortable.
It has that tone to it, you know, where if it was anything else, like if this was like we were watching, you know, if it wasn't this character and we were watching Midsummer, for example, I probably would have watched it and been like, man, like that's just fucking, but like that wasn't worth it for me. But this was worth it because you got to watch. I don't know if Joker is this sadistic in the comics, but
Totally.
Okay, but you got to watch him become that, and I just thought that was amazing.
Yeah. Him trying to be trying to be a happy person, you know, but society just changes him.
Yeah. How did you feel about that relationship he had with the girl was completely in his head?
I didn't think it was going to be. I thought this was for a second before we found out, like spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
You know, before we found out it was imaginative. Like I thought she was gonna end up becoming his Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Because like the way they joked around in the elevator and like.
Was that even real though? Like that's what something
I
wondered.
That could have been real.
Like maybe that was the only legit
That's like
interaction.
the only interaction. Like I think that was probably real, but I kind of felt like that's how they were gonna turn her.
Okay.
Which by the way, I think she would have played a great Harley Quinn.
Why is she familiar?
She's in Deadpool.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Oh, fuck! I forgot where I was going.
I asked how you felt about that all being in his.
Oh yeah. It just made sense.
I was just gonna say that.
It just made sense.
No, I was just gonna say that. Like, not to interject, but yeah. Because the whole time while I'm watching it, I'm like, is this girl like really? Like, is she actually into him? And sorry, spoilers. Like, spoilers. Like, did he was really able just to knock on her door and just start making out with her, and that this turned into a thing. So that was always kind of in the back of my head. Not that I thought that it was in his mind, but I was kind of questioning. I'm like, why is she so, you know? And then they kept cutting to her too. When he was doing stand up, she was laughing. And at first I thought that the whole idea behind that was that they showed her reaction to tell us that, oh, the crowd actually was enjoying his comedy, even though it seemed like maybe he was bombing. But as it turns out, he was just imagining that
he was doing
that
good.
she was there and that he was doing good and that she was enjoying it. Yeah. So yeah, when it came out and she was just like, we found out that she didn't really know him at all, just knew his name. It all clicked. I'm like, that makes perfect sense then. That makes more sense to me than if they kept going down the road of she likes him for whatever reason, because she had shown no signs of being a little.
And I like that they did that.
Off balance, yeah.
It was unexpected.
But yeah, actually, like, I don't know. I mean, I would go see it again because I know Annie's gonna want to see this. So I would see it again for her, but like it is kind of dark and depressing. And I feel like once is enough for me, other than like that other time.
I do too.
It was fucking good though. I'd hate to compare, but I mean, how do you like Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix? Like, where does that?
Oh fuck, dude, that's. They're like on the two different levels. Man.
I feel like he's I feel like he's gonna make people start maybe. Because I know people put Heath Ledger up here. I feel like he could start getting people to knock him off the top.
I think if we could get more movies with him, yes.
I'm wondering if, because this is performing pretty well. I know it came out Wednesday, but it might be making $90 million
I
from
feel
Wednesday.
I feel like even Todd Phillips said this is just like a one-off. And
I
I didn't
know.
feel like the studio said it was a one-off.
It's such a bummer though, because I just wonder if the response to this is so great. I wonder if it forces their hand to make him be Joker.
But
But
if
it would
they
be
do,
hard
it
because
has
of
to
the
be in its
timeline
own
stuff.
time. This has to, and if they
I
do
know.
it, that's great. But in their time, they
That's
can't
what
pull
sucks
him
about
into
it,
and
man.
get rid of Leto.
That's what kind of fucking sucks about it.
Yeah, that's how good he is. He's that
It
good. He was
really
incredible.
fucking
He
good.
was.
I mean, the whole part, like when you see him in that getup from the one that he's in on the poster,
Yeah.
and you see him from behind, and he starts going down the stairs, and you just see it. I'm like, oh fuck, he's full on Joker now. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's which by the way is a great poster.
Yeah.
Um,
How do you feel about the laugh?
diabolical.
Okay, so I just didn't know. Like I didn't know some people have a certain sound that they think the
No.
laugh should be. So I just didn't know.
No, his laugh was, I think, on the same level as Mark Hamill,
Okay.
which says
A lot of people like, yeah.
Yeah.
Should I tell Mike to come back in now, or?
Yeah, you can tell me back in. I love his laugh. I love and dislike his laugh just because how creepy it is. That card that he hands to people. I forgot.
I thought
to
that
mention
was awesome.
I thought that was great. He doesn't remember the code.
Oh.
I closed the door before I entered the code, and I was like, I'm not gonna feel around on the keypad like a
Yeah.
chud.
The movie was so good.
Spoilers! God, Rick.
But yeah, I was real curious, like what you thought.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be anxious to hear what you and Alexis think, and I'm gonna be real curious to hear what Annie thinks.